Hello, Combat here, and welcome back to another Marvel Snap video. In this video, we're going to be looking at 10 decks of the week. It's that time of the week again. Unfortunately, there's no gameplay to go with it this week. I don't like the gameplay, but I'm behind and I'm out of time, but I want to still get the video out. So we're just going to see how it goes on with no gameplay today, but we'll quick talk over the decks and give you some replacements for pull 4 and 5 cards. So the first deck is the Good Stuff Toxic deck. I put this out on my YouTube the other day. This is like my home brew. As always, these decks range from fun and interesting to meta decks, right? Like there's like a Loki deck in here, like got rank 1 this week, but there's also like fun, interesting decks. So let's quickly get into it. First deck, like Good Stuff Toxic. The idea here is we're playing some good cards, and we're also playing like the Toxic package. This Annihilus is this card. I don't want to go too much into this card because I'm doing a video on him tomorrow, but it's a pretty decent card, and his package is so simple. It's HUD and Sentry. It's like a free card package that you can put in a lot of decks and still have it, and then that way it gives you a counter to people playing full discard. It's also a little bit of lane control if you kind of want to do that. A bit of pressure makes Sentry possibly a 420, right? Because you're giving him -10 and you tend to you are spending 9 energy, right? So it's normally like a 920, which is still decent stats, right? Well, that's actually a 927, but you know, you get the point, right? So this deck, look over Nico, could be another easy junk card. We do have Werewolf in here, so it could be like a Forge. It could be Iceman to annoy him. Stuff like that. Black Widow, yeah. Negasonic could be another free, pretty simple replacement. She's just kind of my go-to card. This could be like a Storm. It could be like a Cosmo. Could be an Armor. Could be stuff like that. This is your kind of flex spot. If you're facing a lot of Destroy, put Armor in here. If you face a lot of like ongoing stuff, on reveal stuff, Cosmo could do it. It's just, I like to have like a way of destroying a card, and this is mine because she steals cubes, and I think she's one of the best cards in the game. Werewolf, a kind of good card going in here. You could change it for other good cards, but it's kind of hard because you need another way to win. We're not all on, so you could put a Dark Heart package in here if you wanted to, or something like that. Iron Lad, it's just a fantastic card. It's so awkward to replace good cards in a good card deck. Like, it's real awkward. It's because this deck is not replaceable, but it's normally replaceable with another 4. Annihilus, it's an Annihilus deck. Legion could be like a Spider Woman or something like that, but it's a good card, gives you some control. And then Goliath, it's a great card, goes well with Iron Lad. Wouldn't really replace him, but if you wanted to, you could replace him like a Shabazz. Okay, let's go to deck number 2. Deck number 2 is Lockdown Junk. I wanted to start with a couple of Annihilus decks, new card, you know, stuff like this. So the idea on this one is you've got Miss Marvel in here, and your idea is you're going to lock down the deck lanes and you're just going to win, right? So if you Storm right with Nebula on there, and then you could Sentry on there, and then they're not going to get a chance to fill that lane most likely, or if they have, you know, they filled it and you know you don't have to play the Sentry. You could also Professor X a lane. Like if you Professor X right, you could Sentry without having the Void come out. Obviously Miss Marvel can reach Storm lane, Professor X lane, and Goliath. I've shown quite a bit in the last couple of weeks of Lockdown, which kind of sucks, like, because it's one of the decks in the meta right now that everyone hates, right? You've got Loki, you've got Lockdown. Those are like the 2 main decks people are hating right now, right? So I don't really want to talk too much into it, so let's quickly go away. Any replacements? Nebula could be like a Sunspot, but it's a lot worse. Maybe if you don't have Nebula, you go for like maybe try a Sunspot. Try him, see if it works. Jeff could be a Nightcrawler or a Silk. You want something to move around. Negasonic again could be like an Armor or a Cosmo. Miss Marvel kind of pulls this deck together, so I wouldn't replace her Annihilus, because Annihilus deck, can't replace him. Eliav could be like a Doom, but he's also great with Professor X, so it's hard to replace him. Lock. This is just a standard lockdown or junk, very similar to the last one, but we've got like more reach, more ongoing, right? So we've got Daredevil, which is fantastic, Medusa, cheap, decent stats that are gonna pressure. Like if you storm a lane, you got Daredevil down, you can hit him with Gamora because you know it's coming. Also, you can Professor X a lane and into Gamora, Eliav and Doom. Pretty much same as the last deck, but instead of the junk package, we just got like Guardian deck. Well, I was say Guardians, but we've got Gamora, fantastic, and Medusa. Really, very similar deck, just without the junk package. Again, like I said, lockdown's just everywhere right now, so it's kind of hard not to have a meta list with some lockdown in there. Next up, we have a Hawk list. Again, you don't need the Annihilus package in here. I just put it in. Like the Annihilus package in here could easily just be like a Mystique. What else in here? The hood could just be a Spider-Ham or another 2-drop, maybe an armor. Like I said, you kind of want it. Sentry could be a Shang, you know, stuff like that. This package is just good, so it's in here with a Dark Hawk, but it can easily be replaced. Like most cards in the game, unless it's like a deck built around it, can be replaced. Like obviously it's a Dark Hawk deck, so you could not replace Dark Hawk in this deck without removing 5 cards, right? Zabu is free, right? Werewolf is just another win condition in here. Again, you could replace this. Would be if you're not replacing anything else. Werewolf would be got instant change for a Mystique, so that you could Dark Hawk. Iron Lad could be changed for a Shang-Chi. This could be the Mystique if you wanted to. It could be an Enchantress, but like a tech card. An Eliav just could be a decent 6. Could be Doom. Could be Shabazz. Could be something like that. So this is like a Moon Hawk deck. This is one I'm looking forward to trying. I haven't actually tried this list, but I've seen it going around. I've seen like Moon Girl kind of having this time right now, but it's probably only short-lived because it's catching people out, right? Where you want a Moon Girl on 4, skip on 5, and you have a 0-cost She-Hulk if you've got Quinjet down, a 1-cost She-Hulk, and then you have 5 energy to do stuff, and your Sunspot's just grown by 5, right? So it could be really good, and I haven't had the chance to try it yet. You've got the Mystique and the Dark Hawk. You got the Dark Hawk package in here for another way to win, right? If you get like a Korg into Zabu, into maybe Dark Hawk, or like I don't know, Sunspot. You know, if you got Sunspot, Zabu, Moon Girl, and then on 4 you could go like I don't know, Korg, Dark Hawk into Mystique, Skip it into a 2 She-Hulk, something like that, right? It's very flexible, really fun. Replacements for 4 and 5s in here. You could get rid of Miss Marvel, but she's kind of adding a lot of power each way. But yeah, you could get her. You could go again. I like my tech cards, so I'd say a tech card in here. Yeah, like a Shang-Chi or something like that, or a Negasonic or something like that. Something to help you with things, but she's really good because you can also Mystique her, right? You could put a Storm in here, you can put other cards. Next up, Thanos Destroy, pretty simple, it hasn't really changed much. Destroy is a really good card. I didn't want to put the standard Destroy deck in here because I always put it in. So we put a Thanos one in, don't really want to talk much about it. Pretty simple, you've got Thanos in Destroy, you destroy all your stones, you get a cheap death, you get a big null, you build up some cards, bing bang bong, win, right? Not going to talk much about Destroy. If you don't have to play Destroy by now, you haven't played the game long enough. That's pretty much the same with this. This is a discard. Daken was in Spotlights this week. That's the only reason I put a discard in there. It's a pretty solid deck. It's like probably like mid-tier 2, something like that. But I wanted to put the Daken in here, like discard, because Daken was in Spotlights this week, so maybe if you've not got it, so this is probably where you put it in a nice little discard. It gives you like Mobius, Daken, Dracula kind of threat, and then on the last turn you got your Shabazz and a couple of swarms. Pretty much, you put a lot of damage, a lot of power possibility in all your lanes, and then They don't know where to go because you spread out your Morbius, your Dakin, your Dracula, stuff like that. And like if you Dakin into Modok, that's 16 power in that lane alone with those two, right? Next up was a Hela Tribunal deck on the discard. So this deck has been probably sitting at like bottom of tier 2, maybe a little bit higher for a long time. Like if you play the deck enough, you know when to retreat and when not to, when to snap and stuff like that. So it can be, you can play it well enough that it can be used. People get infinite with it all the time. People are playing with it in like top 100 ranks and ladder. It's good enough, but it's also one of these decks that if you just go into it not knowing how to play around your win cons and what to do, the deck feels awful, right? If you don't know how to play this deck, it feels awful. For 4 and 5, not much you can change in here because you kind of need everything to win. So I'm not going to change much on that Tribunal deck. And this, I'm not changing anything in this deck. This is a rank 1 deck. I cannot remember who posted it for the life of me. But I seen it on Twitter the other day saying they got rank 1 with this deck or a similar version. I believe it was this deck. I think I just copied it straight up, but I might not have. Anyways, the idea is it's just Loki, it's good cards. Please nerf Loki, please, please, please. You know, you're just playing Loki. There's no reason not to play Loki if you want to go for the top. It's just the best deck. You know, you bounce your stuff around with your Falcon and your Beast. You got Werewolf bouncing around, Rogue. Just take some of these ongoing cards. Loki, just steal all their good cards. You know, pretty simple. Everyone knows how to play Loki by now. And lastly was a G-Man Junk deck. This is, like I said, some fun decks here, some meta decks. So off the back of rank 1 deck, I put a fun little meme Galactus deck in here. I played a lot of Junk Galactus at the start of the week. It wasn't this version. I didn't have like the ramp Galactus, so Galactus was like a turn 6 surprise. But this one makes more sense with a little bit of ramp. You could Electro and put it over with a Viper even if you wanted to. You know, stuff like that. You give them Junk, you get your Goblins, you get your Sentry, you get your Annihilus, and you slam a Galactus down. If you get him down on 5, that's fantastic, right? Because then you get to Goliath. But if not, you know, you get him down on 6. If you've got Goblins, you know, pretty interesting, fun deck. Give it a go. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Sorry there's no gameplay of each deck. I've just stuck for time and I'm kind of not feeling too great. I've got a bit of a headache this morning. So, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you tomorrow for another video. Peace.